In recent weeks, it's been the Scarborough defence leaking goals, but they've had no problem scoring them, and Carl Lightbourne almost put them ahead early on against the Shaymen. Despite changes at the back by Ray McHale, the visitors found a way through more than once. Chris Lucchetti forced a great save from Stuart Ford after 20 minutes, and less than a minute later, Ford was on his toes again to deny Jamie Patterson. But it was Scarborough's Tommy Mooney who broke the deadlock in the 34th minute. He beat off no fewer than 3 defenders before firing his shot past Lee Bracey to give Borough the lead and impress the multitude of scouts that had turned up to keep an eye on the Seasiders striker. 1-0 at half-time, and there was more to come from Mooney. Mark Jules did the hard part, but his effort fell to the number 9, who made no mistake for his second. Mooney rejected a new deal at the club this week. McHale values him at £500,000, and Scottish Premier side Dundee have watched him twice in 2 weeks. He's obviously keen to impress, was only denied a hat-trick by a terrific Bracey save. 2 goals and Scarborough's first clean sheet in the league since October the 3rd lifts them 2 places to 8th in the table. Barnet's 1-1 draw at Hereford. Mooney stabs in his 7th goal in 6 games to clinch all 3 points and perhaps impress the watching Malcolm Crosby on the lookout for a striker. The win lifts Scarborough 1 place to 7th, well in contention with games in hand. Barnet and Wrexham both won, so York stay 3rd, 3 points off the lead. No move either for him
to give Darren Foreman the sort of chance he loves. And his finish shows just why. Scarborough's hard-earned lead was preserved when keeper Stuart Ford pulled off a great save as Rochdale threatened a quick equaliser. But the visitors did come back to level the scores after a corner. On loan, Don Page left unmarked to head home at the far post. Still, Scarborough had a chance to win it. Tommy Mooney's excellent anticipation created the chance for himself as he watched the bounce to break clear. But when a good finish was needed, his shot was sliced wide of the target. So York slipped down to 4th, and they've played more games than most, while Scarborough are 8th, and they've games in hand on the teams above them.
Look, Scarborough earned all 3 points from their visit to bottom club Northampton. New signings Andy Toman and Steve Charles linked up well for the Seasiders opener. Darren Foreman with the all-important finishing touch. Northampton, though, were level before the break. Mickey Bell's looping header catching Stuart Ford off his line to make the honours even at half-time. With just 2 minutes into the second half, Brendan Ormsby's first-time strike flew past former Scarborough keeper Barry Richardson to regain the lead for the Seasiders. Northampton, though, were playing for league survival and pushed forward in search of a second equaliser, and 4 times Borough cleared off the line to stay in front. Ray McHale's side wrapped up the points with 10 minutes left. Gary Himsworth's cross flicked on by Carl Lightbourne, and Mark Jules was first to pounce on the loose ball. 3-1 at the end, and Scarborough now just 1 point and 1 place from the playoff zone, with games in hand over everyone above them.
Scored one of the most spectacular goals ever seen at the McCain Stadium. Keeper Mark Evans couldn't believe it, and neither could the defender. That was on the stroke of half-time, but the Seasiders hit back 6 minutes after the break. A great finish from Darren Foreman. The striker notched up his 28th goal of the season and put Scarborough 2-1 ahead with that bullet-like header. And he could so easily have got his hat-trick when he nodded this effort over the keeper and onto the bar. Darlington old boy Andy Toman headed against the post, and when it came back to Foreman, he could only find the side netting. MacDonald, Walsall's goal hero, was sent off for this atrocious challenge on Paul Mudd right in front of the home dugout. He was lucky he didn't get lynched. Scarborough made 10-man Walsall pay and went further ahead when Kyle Lightbourne flicked it on to Tommy Mooney. He took it round the keeper and decided to press the flesh behind the net. Lightbourne rounded off the scoring antics by planting another up and under in the bottom corner of that left-hand net. 4-1 the final score, and Scarborough are back on course for the promotion playoffs. They're in 9th place with 48 points from 30 games.